we're going to be talking about how do we win trust with our customers, right? In the age of AI, where everything can be cloned and faked, trust is a very valuable asset. I'm going to tell you a little story about a friend of mine who actually told me that she spent 200 euros on a fake shop last week and only realized that it was a cloned site. It was too late, she didn't know, and she lost 200 euros. What does this tell us? Well, that tells us that AI makes it really easy to fake shops. Luckily, we have companies like Trusted Shops who are building solutions to overcome this problem. And we're very lucky to have the co-founder and CEO here today, and he's going to share with you guys about how we can build a future where real means proven. Please put your hands together and give him a very loud round of applause. Jean-Marc Noël.
Good afternoon, DMEXCO. Can everybody hear me? Can you raise your hand? Because, I mean, the acoustic is not so easy. Great. So my name is Jean-Marc Noël. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Trusted Shops. And in the remaining 15 to 20 minutes, I want to share with you why fakes are becoming a global and growing threat for our economy, for our industry, and for our society. But I also want to share with you our vision, how we intend to strike back, how we intend to turn trust into a growth engine, how trust wins customer in this era of fake. And I want to start with a personal experience. I call it my airport moment. 2 months ago, I was riding my bike and I was on my way to the office, as I do in the morning. And I love it because it's a little bit of sports. I'm riding along the riverbanks of the Rhine. And I love it because also I can listen to my favorite podcast with my AirPods. It's a great way to me to start the day. But that day, somehow, I lost my AirPod bud. And by the time I noticed, that was too late. So, mid-sized catastrophe for me. Fortunately, my wife took pity of me and ordered replacement online the same day or the day later. Then the AirPod bud came, and it looked perfect. Actually, this is a picture of it. But I don't know, sometimes, do you know that funny feeling when something seems off, but you don't really know why? And suddenly I knew it. I got that in my hand, and it felt simply extremely light. Actually, it was half the weight of the other one. And that was not the miracle of technology. It was simply an empty shell. It was a fake. And so, my first thought was, okay, that can't be like, that can't happen to us. I mean, we are the professional, we know how things work, but maybe it can happen to everyone. And my second thought was, okay, hang on, fake news, fake reviews, fake shops, fake products, fake people. I mean, this is official. I am living in the era of fakes. But, the truth is, trust is the foundation of healthy society and thriving economies. Because when you need trust each time you are facing the unknown or the risk, new products, new service, or new people. And all these things, this is the things that let us grow as a person, as a company, as a society. So, you know, the airport moment was a bad day online. But, you know, what happened if for instance, your holiday dream becomes a nightmare? Like this young couple who books their holiday in Sardinia a few months ago that was 1,250 euro, a lot of money for a young couple. They got, the booking link. They went on booking.com and they reserved the apartment and they paid everything. The problem was, it was not booking.com. It was just looking like booking.com. And so when they came to Sardinia and they were looking at this apartment of their dream, it simply didn't exist. Money gone, vacation gone, trust gone. This is not a bad day online, okay? This is broken trust. And it sticks not only for these specific cases, but also for the whole ecosystem. And you know, this is one story of many. So how global is the fakes? Have anybody of yours heard of the Bogus Bazaar network? Did anybody heard that? Bogus Bazaar, yes. Bogus Bazaar is a network originated in China, acting absolutely globally, and these people are pumping out fake stores at scale. That was discovered by the Chaos Computer Club, and together with newspapers, they investigated that network and found out that these people have been creating something like 75,000 fake storefronts, scamming over 800,000 people, mostly in Europe and in Germany and in France. So, I mean, this is not a teenager in a basement. This is what I call industrial scale deception. And you know what? They are still active. And they are extremely professional. Infrastructure in the US, hiding behind service like CloudFront, doing marketing, search engine optimization, etc. So, you know, the problem is not awareness. The issue is really speed and scale. And what happened now with AI? You know, I made an experiment on AI sites, AI image. Last weekend, I used one of my favorite tools, and I created Beauty Hub, Europe's most trusted beauty destination. Completely functional, completely fake. Every images, trust, reviews, everything. It took me between 10 and 15 minutes. So it's important to understand that what took really something like months and days are taking now minutes and seconds. And if you think about all these AI tools, I mean, what costs at the beginning for, a few years ago, a significant amount of money is really one prompt, one AI site, one prompt, one image, one prompt, content. Really, the cost of deception are dropped to nearly zero. So what does that mean? Well, that means as far as AI is concerned, that generative AI is really supercharging fakes. You must understand that fakes are now scaling like software. So what is the impact of this? If we know it's global, it's fast, it costs nearly nothing. Obviously, the impact of fakes are business losses. You lose revenue, you have brand damages, you have, enforcement, endless enforcement, and of course, something like unfair competition. Now, I was looking at a quite recent report of the EU and the OECD, and they stated that the EU import on fakes in 2021 were totaling something like over 100 billion euro, 5% of all EU imports. So the size is huge, but it's also, of course, harming customers. Our consumers lose money. There are safety risks about the product. And like the people from Bogus Bazaar, they are stealing money. And stealing, not only stealing money, but stealing data. So it has an impact on the society. What about jobs? And what about even the environment? Fakes does not only destroy trust, it destroys growth. So the question now is, what can you do about it? What is the playbook? And I want to report from our own experience. So what is the today's playbook? You monitor, for instance, your domains, what we call typo squatting or lookalikes. You run AI detection. We are doing legal takedown. We are working, by the way, with an Italian company called Convey that works pretty well to prevent and discover the misuse of our brand. But of course, what we are doing also is managing crisis, presenting and be ready to communicate. And also a piece of advice, if you are in this situation, it's really important to document your evidence for later enforcement. So really fighting fakes, all what I said is really important and necessary, but it's mostly reactive and it's slow because by the time the fakes is gone, the damage is done, basically. So what is the next step? What can we do about it? What is the idea? I think we need to, what is the vision in order to fight fakes? We need to move from this reactivity to a proactivity. So the idea behind is, if they automate deception because they can, what we need to do, we need to automate proof. Imagine, a situation where if we want to defeat this industrial scale detection, we need to shift the game. We need to create a new playbook, what we call proactive trust. And this proactive trust is based on three important principles. The first principle is you need to be able to prove that you're real, upfront, like that. This is what we call instant verification. For instance, as a shopper, before going to Booking.com, I want to make sure that this is a real site, and then I'm okay. The second principle is we need to make sure that we provide a proof that fakes can't copy, an uncopyable proof. And the last principle is we need to make it universal. We need to have one signal everywhere. Now that vision stands in real foundation because for now 25 years, we have been building Europe's most recognized trust mark for e-commerce. And Trusted Shops is already today running at trust scales. We have millions of consumer members, today 47 millions, and every day we have 10 to 15,000 who are coming to the community. And we have thousands and thousands of brands or transacting with our consumer members. Together, they are transacting 1 million times a day. So we can make it universal because we built the community behind it. So, of course, in that new world of AI, Trusted Shops has to evolve, and Trusted Shops is evolving. The name of this new vision is Trusted. Trusted is not only the condensed version of Trusted, it conveys the essence of trust, which is authenticity. So imagine for a minute a global community where shoppers can verify in a tap, just like that. Imagine a community where brands can prove their their legitimacy in a very simple way. And in that community, because trust is real between the members, the trusted members can share data safely. So connecting, turning this trust into a growth engine, connecting brands with millions of shoppers that just one thing, they just to do one thing, which is, I want to feel safe. In this vision, Trusted, there is something really important, which is the trust and real, because this is based on this authenticity, does not mean claimed. Real means proven. This is trusted. So today, I shared with you why together, or how together, we can fight fakes more efficiently and turn trust into really a growth engine. Now, next week, in September 25, Trusted Shops will turn 25. It's the 25th anniversary. And in that matter, what we want to do, we want to celebrate, of course. We have created our big event where we want, of course, to celebrate the journey so far. But we want also to look forward to the future. And today, as a gift to you, I give you this QR code. If you scan the QR code, you will be able to get an invite to the exclusive session we will hold next week, September 25, where we will show you trusted life. We will show you how the trusted vision becomes a reality. So I think together we really can shape a world, a digital world we can trust, where real is not only claimed but proven. And that's the reason why I'm saying to you, together we can say, no more fake. Thank you for your attention.